All right, everybody. It is Saturday, and I am filming this for next week. So, first of all, I hope you had a good first week. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you got all your work done. Hope you're enjoying your time off, but you're also getting some things done. Obviously, I haven't assigned you too much in this class. Most of you have done the vocab test, so I thank you for that. What today's video is going to be explaining what this next week will look like. So it's going to be completely different. So we've gotten a lot of feedback as a district. So we're going to kind of change things. Last week we were told to get you things on A days. So like if you have Monday, get Monday's work. Then on Wednesday you get Wednesday's work. Friday you get Friday's work. We're going to do something I think that's going to be better. Hopefully you're going to like it too. And that's going to be, we're going to give you everything on Monday. So what I want you to do is when you go through this video, if you need to pause it and write things down, you can. I'm going to go through everything you're going to do for the whole week. Now, I will give you another video that's going to come on YouTube of me actually teaching you the notes. But today is just going to kind of be an overview of everything that's going to go next week. So the first thing I want you to notice is that I'm in modules. Everything that you need is up here at the top of modules. You'll notice I put online learning module. Everything for this week is in this module. So it's one-stop shop for everything you're going to do. And I tried to put it in a reasonable order as well. So we have the first set of notes here, okay? Then we have the actual notes here. So the PowerPoint, the notes, another set of notes that you're going to have to look through, 2 assignments here, the question of the day thread, and then 1 discussion question. And that's what you got for the week. It's not going to be too killer. Up here, you'll notice Zoom meetings. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So the top thing in this modules is a lesson plan. So I'm going to open that up, and we can look at that together. I'm not going to download it. I'm just going to look through here from the preview. So if you will look here, this is everything in order. Now, it's grouped in terms of like lesson 1, 2, 3. So obviously, there still are separate lessons, but you're on your own to when you're going to do this. You have it at Monday, 8 a.m. You can do this through the end of Friday. You have the whole time. I am not going to look at any of these assignments, whether you've done them or not, until after Friday. The only thing I will be looking at will be question of the day and things like that. So you're on your own. You can organize it how you want to do it. If you want to do all your world history on Monday, if you want to do all your whatever geometry on Tuesday, however you want to do it. I'm not sure that's the best idea, but you know your own study habits, you know your own skills, you know your own classes, you know your own teachers. You do it how you want. So the first lesson is going to be notes. I am going to get you a YouTube video of me teaching you these notes. You'll need to complete those notes, and then when you go to assignments, you'll do the timeline. I'm going to go through the assignments separate in a second. That's the first assignment. The second thing is the Holocaust, okay? This says watch the video lesson for the Holocaust. This is probably going to end up just being you going through the PowerPoint and reading through that on your own. I'm going to talk about the Holocaust separately in these first set of notes. So that will be that, okay? And then lesson 3, you're going to do this grapes assignment, which I will talk about in a second. Hold on 1 second. Cammy, yeah, not right now, buddy.
I eat all my food.
I didn't eat all your fruit snacks.
Okay, it's okay, Daddy. I'll give you some more.
I'll be in there in just a second, okay, baby boy?
Hi, Daddy.
I love you so much. I'll be right there. So Cam just barged in here. He's mad that he found these empty fruit snack wrappers because I ate them. So he came in here and said, Daddy, you ate all my fruit snacks. Whoops, guilty. So anyway, the last one is this grapes assignment. All right, so that is everything that you have. You also have 1 discussion question. I'm going to talk about that separately. Okay, so let's go over here to the assignments. Actually, I'm going to take you to the calendar. Okay, when you look on the calendar, you'll notice it doesn't have each day. This is the week we're doing right here. It just has 1 full week of everything we're doing. So here are the 2 assignments. So I'm going to talk about each of those assignments individually so you kind of know what's going on. The first one is a timeline, all right? You are going to open up this document, and you're going to preferably print it out. If you don't have a printer, you need to reach out to me individually, and we'll make a plan. You need to print that out handwrite your timeline, okay? And then you're going to take a picture of it, and that picture is what you're going to upload to assignments, and that's how you're going to turn it in. So basically, here's what this timeline looks like. Let me open this up so you can see it. This timeline is a set of boxes. Now, disregard all of this stuff up here. Disregard it, okay? What you are going to do is you are going to find all of these events, and inside this box, you are going to write the date it happened. If you can find a specific day, cool. If you can only find a year, cool. But you're going to write those in these boxes. So write the date, write the date, write the date. Then outside the box, you are just going to number them from 1 to whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 to 16. You're going to write them in order, handwrite outside the box. So let's say this was the first thing that happened. It's not. You would put a 1 right here. I'm not making you write it out on a complete timeline. I am not making you do the 5 visuals. I want you to find the dates, and I want you to number them in order. That's it. Take a picture of it, and then you are good. Okay, that is all that you have. Sorry, I messed with the screen just now. Okay, next. Okay, next. Let me get back here. That's my wife's document. Sorry about that. Let's save that. Oh gosh, I'm dying here. No, get out. Stop it. Stop it. All right, we're back. Okay, that's the timeline. The next one is grapes. So what you're going to do, I'm not even going to open this because this is just a box that says GRAPES. So you are going to write 2 bullets per each letter of anything that has to do with World War II. So geography, where did it happen? How did the geography of Europe, where it was happening, how did that affect the war? R, how did people's religions play a factor? It could be any aspect of the war. The Holocaust is going to be one example there. Accomplishments. What was accomplished in World War II? Who maybe conquered who? Things like that. Any 2 accomplishments. P, politics. How did people's political affiliations come into play? Communism, democracy, fascism, things like that. How did their politics impact World War II? Economics, how was the economy affected? Total war, that's an example. Did people prosper during the war? Did people turn their economies to help the war? Things like that. And then lastly, social factors. This is just talking about how were normal people or how were certain people groups affected because of the war. And that's all you got, okay? So I'm gonna go back over here to modules now. And I'm going to go through from the top to the bottom and make sure we've talked about everything. Okay, so we have, that's the lesson plan. We have the notes, which I'm going to give you a separate video to go over. The Holocaust, all you've got to do is read through that PowerPoint on your own. The grapes, I talked about that. The timeline, I talked about that. I'll be sending you out the question of the day, probably on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Remind and Canvas, okay? Then you'll come here and answer the discussion of the question of the day. And then lastly, there is a discussion question. At the end of the week, when you've done everything else, come to here. There's a discussion question, answer it, and you're done. That's it for the week. It shouldn't be too long. Neither of those assignments is too horrible. Last thing that I want to bring to your attention, besides these 10:30 Zoom meetings, I'm going to try to get consistent with that. So 10:30 is going to be my time. If that time turns out not to work, we'll try to adjust it, okay? Last thing, and it probably doesn't apply to you if you're watching this, but there are some people, believe it or not, who have not done anything. They have not done a question of the day. They didn't do their vocab test. They haven't logged on. All of those people, I'm going to have to call their parents. I don't like to be the guy who calls the parents and tattles. That's going to have to be me. So if you know somebody who that is, or maybe somehow you're watching this video and you haven't done anything, reach out to me, do what you need to do. That way we can avoid all that stuff. That is the week at a glance. If you need me, I will be here and I will answer all your questions. And remember, there's going to be one more YouTube video to come, and that's going to be the World War II notes. So without that, hope you have a great week. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye, guys.